Hi everyone, my name is Yvonne Taylor. I am a Stop Pilates Mat and Equipment Certified Instructor. Today's video is about a common ailment that many of us as Americans and throughout the world experience, and that's low back pain. When I'm talking about low back pain in this video, we're talking about the kind of pain that kind of comes, kind of goes, it's nagging, and it's a little bit annoying. A lot of times when we're experiencing low back pain that's not as serious as that may call for back surgery, I call it nagging low back pain. And when we're experiencing those things, several things come to mind that actually causes low back pain. And in my world, that's normally weak abdominal muscles or weak core muscles, tight hip flexors, and maybe inactive glutes. Those are three that come to mind. But sometimes when we're talking about low back pain or back pain in general, there are often some things that are a little bit more specific and a little bit more detailed. Our video today is to talk about those not so critical things and to show you three very basic exercises that may help with that pain and help to balance the muscles that may be causing that low back pain. As discussed, we did say weak abdominal or core muscles, tight hip flexors, inactive glutes. Those are the things that we're going to focus on today. With that being said, let's show you three very basic exercises that you can do at home on your mat and with the assistance of a Pilates instructor like myself. The first thing we want to do is lie down on the mat. So I'm going to place my feet about hip bone distance apart and then find my way to my mat. Once you're on the mat, bend your knees so that the heels of your feet point towards your sitting bones. Place your hands on the side of your body with the palms down and fingertips reaching towards the heels of your feet. Lie down looking at the ceiling and give yourself an inhale as you do what we call a head nod. That head nod aligns your cervical spine with your thoracic. That's your inhale. Your exhalation engages your core. I'll put my hands here. Inhale, chin tuck, exhale. From here, I'm rolling my upper body up. I've hovered my hands off of my mat about 1 inch, and I'm reaching the fingertips towards the heels of my feet. I'm pulling the abdominals down towards the spine, and with an inhale, I just bring myself back. You're not holding your breath when you do that exhalation. You're using the exhalation to engage your core. So let's do that again. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale. Bring my upper body up as I have my core engaged. And you notice I may have pressed my shoulders or adjusted my shoulders so that my shoulders go away from my ears. My hands are hovering over my mat. And my fingertips are reaching towards the heels of my feet. I do a nice inhale and I bring myself back down to the mat. Doing that in our regular choreographed measure is an inhale, tuck the chin, exhale, roll it up. Bring your head down and place the hands back on the mat. The next exercise, which is great for activating your glutes and opening up your hip flexors, is a bridge or a shoulder bridge. The feet are hip bone distance apart again, and you can probably see with my toesies here. We do a big breath in, and on this exhalation, I pull the abdominals towards my spine and start to lift my spine off of my mat one vertebrae at a time. I'm going to press my heels into my feet and squeeze my glutes. Once I squeeze the glutes, I've activated the gluteal muscles and I've released tension on the hip flexors. Then we do an inhale as we lower down. I'm releasing the glutes and I'm lowering my body back to the mat. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, chin tuck, exhale. Articulate. That's like peeling your spine off of the mat one vertebrae at a time. You're pressing the heels into the feet. You're giving your glutes a real good squeeze and you're opening up the muscles of your hip flexors. We do an inhale, release the glutes, and then we lower down. Now doing that in a complete cadence. It's an inhale, exhale to lift, articulate up, glute squeeze, hold, release glutes, lower down to the mat. Lovely. All right, our last and final exercise is actually going to be done face down or what we call prone. I'm lying down on my stomach And what I'm doing right now is I'm placing my hand on my mat, and I'm placing my other hand on top of the back of my hand. I'll place my forehead on both hands. I'll bring my legs along behind me, about hip bone distance apart. And I'm going to be working on the core muscles that are in back of me. I place my head on my hands. I'm going to scooch over just to make sure I'm in the shot. Pull my shoulder blades away from my ears. Big breath in, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Shoulders pull away. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And one more time. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Place both hands on the side of the mat and bring myself up into what we call a shell stretch. A shell stretch is simply the balls of the feet on your mat. Place your hands here. It looks similar to child's pose from yoga, but the difference between this and a yoga stretch is I have the ball mounts of my feet on the mat. So I give those insteps of my feet a really nice stretch. Give myself a big breath in. Exhale to pull the abs away from my thighs and bring myself up to kneeling. I'm going to use a yoga move that looks kind of like a pigeon to bring myself to seated. I'll fold both legs in a nice comfortable seated position. Those are the 3 exercises that will help you strengthen your core, activate your glutes and open up your hip flexors to give you a nice balance muscle in your hip girdle. And the last one is to make sure that we balance muscular strength in the core with our anterior and posterior core muscles.